Hey, good morning, friends. This is Sriharsha from Crazy Money with Street. Today is 5th of March, and let's see what's happening in the market and what is that you need to do. Yesterday, I told you very clearly we will be in the range of 15,000 to 15,100. 15, if that is going to breach 15,100 to 15,200, we will be in this range. I had told you we were more of this in this range, and later in the second half, it actually came down a little bit. Overall, if you see, a market has actually done a lot of buying at the lower end, but there is some significant resistance we can see at 15,200 and above. So what is happening is market is strong somewhere between 14,800 15,000 level. This is where the bulls are strong, and bears are still holding their edge over 15,200 and above. So what is going to happen yesterday after this big sell-off which has happened in the US market? What is that we need to do? There are some things which are of significant view where actually things can reverse, where actually market can get into some bigger corrections. Whether it's going to happen or not, let's see how actually things are happening and what exactly is causing this panic in the market. The panic in the market is caused majorly because of the bond yields getting higher. These bond yields are actually more of a, equity is a risky asset, and in a risky asset people are going to spend money when bond yields are going to be less, because see, that is like actually your FD. It's a safe thing, but you will keep getting a good amount of returns. It's a, you don't get any significant return, and it has been continuously down for a very long time. It's only now that it has actually shot up, and it has shot up quite a lot, and that is the reason why this panic is happening, because the belief that people are going to pull out money from the equity market and put it in the bond market, and because the money is flowing in from the foreign countries, they also feel that in the emerging markets like India, we are, the money is going to be pulled out from the all the FIs, FPIs and all. But I don't see any such significant movement happening. And even if there is anything, there is a huge liquidity which I can see. Let me actually tell you what I actually, this is my personal opinion. You need to take your any trade based on your own due diligence. But let me understand here, guys. At 14,800, we had seen when the technical glitch had come, we saw 28,000 crores. Guys, on an average, FIS spend for the entire month is close to around recently from the last November onwards, we are seeing somewhere around 35 to 40,000 crores, which is actually the average buying which is happening on a monthly basis in Indian markets. Now, from the FIS side, now you see 28,000 crore on one single day. That was at 14,800 levels. Okay, after that also there was some sell-off which had come around for 15,200 level. That place we had seen some 8,000 crore of selling. Okay, that's okay. Now again we have seen a good amount of buying, 2,000 plus crores we had seen. Yesterday there are around 800 crores of selling which has happened. According to me, it's not much significant, but let's see what's happening. I'll explain you everything in detail. Please watch this video in detail so that you will understand everything clearly. See, right now, what is that we need to see? What is the day range? See, as long as we hold 14,900, 950, because 950, there is a important gap support. According to me, it is going to hold. And if it is going to hold, and if we can surpass 15,000, 15,050, more or less, we may actually again sustain this adversity, whatever we have seen. There are some more constraints which I am going to say, which I will be closely watching what actually is going to significantly affect it, because there's a head and shoulder formation which has happened in the Nasdaq, and it has breached the neckline. Now, if it is going to now again make a fall, then there is a significant fall. But if we go and surpass the previous high, then at least the previous shoulder. If we can surpass that, then this is going to fail, and if it is going to fail, there will be a big movement on the other side. So let's see how things are going to happen. I don't see a head and shoulder going to actually happen, especially in a bull market like this, but anyway, anything can happen in the market, so we have to keep our eyes and ears open and look at what is happening. And the support I'm seeing is 35,000, 35,200. As long as we can hold this, we should be moving towards back towards 35,800, 36,000. 36,500 is very important for us to break, because that is where the gap is there, the downside gap that has to get filled, and we need to start moving higher. Till then, there is a lot of challenges which are there. So let's actually look at what is happening in the entire global scenario, and I'll show you what is happening with the bond market also, so that you will understand everything in clearly. See, I've been telling you this. Um, Dow Jones is still stronger, and weakest is right now Nasdaq. And Nasdaq has actually breached the neckline. So in fact, we had more than 3.5–4% downside. From there, we have recovered quite a lot. By the time we have closed, we have recovered at least around 200 points on the Nasdaq. So which is roughly around 2% of that has got recovered in the closing time for Nasdaq. So we have to see today, can we hold? See, because very important is Nasdaq needs to hold right now, and that is what actually will help other things to go. And if you look at this was VIX had gone up more than 15–20%, and from there it has come to 7%. So that is very significant. We are not seeing much of these changes happening in the European markets. This is a very important thing which you have to notice. Now let's see what is happening in the Indian market. What is the future showing? Futures is actually amazing. Future has actually come to 14,980. Because see, in the morning when it opened, it was somewhere around 14,800, and from there we are seeing jump of almost around 200 points, which is a very significant move. So let's see, as long as we can hold 15,000 level, it is a very good thing for us. So let's see how it's going to work, and if it is we are going to very closely watch even the pre-opening, how actually it is going to work. If pre-opening you see a huge sell-off which is there 500 points, I don't expect that to happen. Probably reverse is going to happen. So I'll be watching that very carefully. See, the only thing is, if I look at the economic calendar, there's nothing much happening here. The construction PMI, which came yesterday, is actually good in the European market, and the jobless claim also has been good. The data has been good, which is there in the US market, whatever has happened. Now, all the eyes will be on what the Powell is going to speak. I don't see any major difference in whatever he is going to speak. Already earlier he had very clearly told that it's not going to affect much with the bond prices and all, and whenever he spoke, in fact, market had moved higher. So let's see what is happening. This is the main thing, right? Everybody is talking about this treasury yield, treasury yield. Look at this. This is the sudden spike which happened on 25th, and you saw on 25th and 26th there's a big upside move which actually happened, specifically, sorry, downside move which happened even in the Indian market and even in the global market, and from there you can see a significant amount of volatility which has increased a lot. Now let's look at this. If you see here, you may feel that again it can breach, but let me show you something here. Okay, no, okay, let me actually do one thing. Let me show you this. If you look at this, see, the bond yield has been continuously falling from 1980 onwards. It has been continuously falling, and now if you look at this place where we are currently, it is a significant resistance. It is a very significant resistance, and breaching that is not going to be that easy. And if I have to look at the daily chart, right now we are almost nearby to the high which has happened. This is a 52-week high which we can say, and it may be coming very nearby to that. And here I'm expecting some kind of reversal to happen, very likely, because this is an important resistance. I don't expect it to go higher than this. So even if it goes, there could be a temporary glitch. As long as that is not going to actually go and it starts cooling off from here, that is going to have a very positive effect on the entire market, because that is where actually they have been uh, pushing the market down, down, down. But if this is going to cool off, significant fall is going to significant cool off is after it actually comes below this 1.4. So till probably even if it comes down, see, comes down a bit, probably it will start cooling off. But I feel there could be a significant cool off, and there is a sudden spike again back in the dollar. You could see earlier also we had this big spike. You could see, right? There's a big spike. Now again, we had actually started on the upper end, but it is actually cooling off back again. So if I have to look at these factors, it looks significantly good. And the only thing is we need to continue with this. It should continue with this and then start coming down. And if that is going to happen, it's going to be very good for the market. So most importantly for us to conclude anything is to do with the Nasdaq. See, Nasdaq is the most important culprit, and Nasdaq has brought the entire other markets down. Uh, if you look at the US market also, all the other things have been brought down by the Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq is trying to form a base right now, and if it is going to breach this 12,800 and start moving higher, so that is where actually it's going to be good. So we will be closely watching this and waiting for that. This is very important for it to breach this, and it has to go above 13,000. Then actually whatever pattern has formed, it is going to fail. So until then, actually, if it actually falls from here, then it's going to be very, very negative, and it can actually significantly affect the market. So we'll be closely watching and seeing what is going to happen in the market. And let's look at gold. See, because gold, silver, right now, I think there will be some amount of what do you say, some amount of bounce back which we can expect, because we are at a very significant support at this point of time. So because of this bond yields and all, the people are actually spending money more on bonds than the gold, and that is the reason why the prices have actually started calming down. There could be some shoot up in price because we are at a very important support zone. So so if you look at this overall, it is coming down, but is somehow trying to take some support. So very likely we should start seeing some bounce back, which could happen, but I doubt whether it is going to sustain. So in the Indian market, I told you 43, 40,000, 45,000, all these are going to probably act as a support. 48,000, 50,000, all are acting as a resistance in the Indian market. So if I have to look at the crude oil actually, I have told you above $60, it is actually not going to be good. It is probably going to go up. Again, there was a big almost 5% up spike which had happened. So until unless this is going to continue, oil prices are actually a big, big challenge. It's going to be a big challenge for the Indian markets. Let's look at what is happening in the one good significant note. What you can see is the government has started saying that we are looking for alternative fuel because this oil prices are actually shooting up. Probably some significant development is happening. That is the reason that kind of statement is coming. So let's see how things are going to go about. The main reason why the crude oil has stabilized is because after the OPEC meeting, they've still not actually done any production cuts. Sorry, they have not actually increased the production. So in that case, the supply constraint is going to be still there. So that is going to give the support. Now, in case of Bitcoin, we are at a very significant place. I have been telling you about 47,000. Now looks like it is going to breach this, and if that is going to be breached, then we can see the short term for the Bitcoin actually can go down. But if it can hold on to these levels, maybe 45, 47,000 are going to be important support for us. If it is going to hold, there could be some up move. But if it actually cannot hold this, very likely from here, there could be a good amount of fall from here. Probably 40,000 level is where we can reach, and we need to see whether the support is going to come there. So this is in gist, guys, for what I have to talk to you for today. And if for my side, until unless 15,000 we can hold, 15,000 is going to be our important support. 15,000, 15,050 is very important. If we can hold on to these levels, I think market has all the potential to move higher. So guys, if you are liking the information I'm sharing with you here on this video, go ahead, like the video, subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon so that you will get